Hey, it's Jada.
Hey, it's Jason.
And welcome to the Pettit Life.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Pettit Life. So we started out 2023 at Talladega Short Track, and then we ended up down to Golden Isle Speedway for the Super Bowl racing for the first time. Then Driftwood Beach while we were there. This was a really good 3 nights of racing. Jada, what did you think about it?
We froze to death, as you can see, but it really was amazing. We had a good time.
Yeah, here we're at 411 Motor Speedway with our buddy Mike. It really saddens us that this is the last year for 411 Motor Speedway here at Cherokee now.
Of course, our favorite home state track at Florence.
Yep, and here's our dads with Jada at Florence. Then next we went to Clarksville. Of course, it got rained out, but at least we got to see the place.
These are just some photos of our home tracks that's close to here, like Cumberland Speedway, Richmond,
Rock Castle,
some of the Lake Cumberland.
Yeah, our home track
that we try to get to.
Here we are at Chicago for Wrigley Field for the first time. We got to go up here on a business trip with our buddy Mike for the first time. I dressed up a little bit for dinner, which doesn't happen very often, right?
Again, another hometown there at Rock Castle.
Now we're at Eldora for the Dream for the first time. Now it's Smoky Mountain Speedway for their new reconfiguration. Here we are at dinner at Gordon Ramsay up in Indiana. Here we are on the lake on our buddy Mike's boat that we went to Chicago with.
This is our hometown lake, Cumberland.
Lake Cumberland. Again, that Lake Cumberland Speedway is named after. But yeah, we're blessed to have some pretty cool friends with some pretty cool stuff every now and then that we get to hang out with. Joseph Joyner and Hunt the Front were at Ponderosa Speedway for the first time here, and got to talk to them and meet them and stuff like that. And in case you guys are wondering, they're pretty much like they are in person on TV. Hopefully people say the same thing about us when they meet us. But yeah, he qualified good, but the night didn't go the way they wanted. But hopefully they'll be back around here sometime soon.
Go second quick so far.
This is one of Jay's favorite tracks.
Yeah, this was my favorite track to drive back whenever I was driving, was Ponderosa.
It's not my favorite, but
here we're at Richmond now, and then now we're at Rock Castle.
This was a little oopsie.
Yeah, this was a little oopsie that we ended up catching. So sorry to Daniel Dial for putting him on point, but hey, it happens to everybody. I certainly know I've caused a wreck or two in my day, but if you ain't trying, you know, you ain't going. So. Also, the track was really slick. But a couple good cars tore up. Here we are at Kentucky Down Under, and this bird's name's Luna, and she is trying to eat the button off the top of my Bucky's hat. She actually does get it off of there.
I was going to say she accomplished it.
Yeah, and then they stop her. This is down in the cave that's there. Here we are back at Florence with James and Sophie, our friends from Wisconsin. And here's a little clip of Huddy qualifying.
We will forever have videos for Florence.
Yeah.
It's, well, by far my favorite track that we go to anytime. Besides Atomic.
Yeah.
But
here we are back at our home track. Josh Rice, one of our local home state guys, qualifying at our hometown track. Josh ends up being in a lot of our videos because he races at a lot of the races around where we're at. And
hopefully this upcoming year we may be able to get to some newer places.
Yeah, here we are in Savannah, Georgia, and Tybee Island towards the end of the year for a little trip with my parents. And this is the famous fountain at Forsyth Park. We found out that this is where the locals hang out there. They don't really go down to the historic district and down on River Street and stuff like that. This is where they come and hang out. So we thought that was kind of neat while we were there.
We love Savannah.
We do love Savannah.
And if you've not been there, you definitely need to make a trip there.
If you like historic type stuff and just
simply gorgeous.
Here we are putting a lock on the Love Lock Bridge for the Pettit Life. We got to do that while we were there, so we thought that was pretty cool. And and here we are back at Atomic Speedway for the first time in Chillicothe, Ohio. I like to call it the new Atomic Speedway because the one that I grew up being around was down in Lenoir City, Tennessee, and it's no longer there. It's a parking lot for a truck place. But here we are at Brownstown, Indiana for the first time for the Jackson 100.
We did not have good
No.
seating for this. The seats that we bought were not good enough for us to be able to make any kind of film.
Yeah.
So we had to buy pit passes.
All right, so here we are at Jada's grandpa's knife shop. So he is Bob Neal of Neal Knives. He's been hand making knives for, I don't know, probably 60 or 70.
5 years,
Yeah,
probably.
and these things are awesome. He makes them out of all kinds of different
They're
materials.
owned by musicians, presidents, actors. you
Yeah,
name it.
he made one for Ronald Reagan one time. It's in his museum. World
He's
famous knife
perfected
maker.
his craft.
Yeah, if you know about knives, you know about Bob Neal. But anyway, we thought this might be kind of neat to put that in there. And here is Jada's new spa location.
We went on hiatus for a little while, but this was a lot of work.
Yeah,
So
so that's been really well since it's got going and opened up.
only
So
about a month and a half now.
yeah. Here we are back at Eldora Speedway. Jada got to eat at the whistle stop for the first time, and she liked it. And this is for the Dirt Track World Championship, the first time that it's ever been at Eldora Speedway. There's a little clip of Huddy going out here. It was kind of a mess, but hey. So now we're at Daytona Beach Shores for the end of the
This is
year.
our last beach trip for the year.
Yeah.
We had never been to Daytona.
We decided to go ahead and do it.
We were heading to Charlotte and said, let's go to the beach. It's warmer there.
Yeah.
So we were there on Halloween.
Yeah, and while we were there, we went to Universal Studios down in Orlando.
Hadn't been
And
there before either.
had to go by Daytona National Speedway while we were there. But here we are. We finally made it to Charlotte, and little homage to my old. I used to race dirt bikes too, and not freestyle like this, but just motocross and woods racing. But that was kind of neat to have them there. And then here's Mikey in his new ride with Skyline Motorsports. Got a little clip of it. This was his first run with it, and
We
he did
definitely
really
will be
well.
back to Charlotte. We
Yeah.
really enjoyed
Yeah.
racing there.
So, and then
Duck River.
yeah, we made it
Finish
to
it
Duck
off.
River. The last race of the season was Duck River for the Gobbler. And this is the boss, Ross Bells, and Danny Hatcher's car, which is a Kentucky car, even though Ross isn't from Kentucky. He's in a Kentucky car, so we got that one on here for you qualifying. And
It was a great track.
it
We
was.
plan on going back there.
Yeah, and Tanner English ended up winning the race, Kentucky boy. So he brought the trophy from Tennessee back to Kentucky, and we thought that was cool.
And then we're closing out the year by going and visiting Christmas lights. So this was me feeding a couple of baby, like, I guess kind of baby camels.
Young youth
Like
camels.
teenage camels.
Yeah, young camels. And this is at Kentucky Horse Park in Lexington, Kentucky. They have a thing called Southern Lights where you drive through the lights and stuff. And then they have that petting zoo.
And then we finished out with Branson, Missouri. A
Yeah.
trip to Silver Dollar City to see their incredible Christmas lights display.
Yeah, this is the best Christmas lights we've seen anywhere we were at. But yeah, anyway, we want to thank you
That
guys.
finishes it out.
And we hope to start out 2024 at Talladega Short Track.
So we'll hopefully see you in the new year. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for our next big adventure. Like, share, and subscribe to get that content.